Are lightsaber blade plugs that are made by one manufacturer compatible with lightsaber hilts by another manufacturer? Now the answer to that is generally yes, but there are a few exceptions to that. So the standard for lightsaber blades and lightsaber blade plugs is 1-inch diameter. And so most of the blade plugs out there are that diameter. So let's see, on the left I have some Ultrasabers blade plugs, in the middle some Saberforge. This is from the Custom Saber shop, and this last one I just got off Etsy. It's just, made by someone, handmade by somebody. The majority of these are 1 inch in diameter. The only exception to that is this Custom Saber shop blade plug. This is 7/8 inch, and sometimes you'll find some lightsaber hilts that are designed for 7/8 inch blade or blade plug. So this will happen from time to time. Now, if you did like a design of a 7-inch blade plug, you could probably modify it to work for your 1-inch blade lightsaber. You would just have to put something around it to kind of fill the space, maybe a rubber band or something. You might be able to kind of fashion MacGyver something for it to work. Now, of course, the reverse would not be true. You can't make a 1-inch blade plug fit into a 7/8, something designed for a 7/8 inch. That's just not possible. So another thing that you'll want to look for is it's pretty standard for a lot of blade plugs to be around 2 inches in length, but there are some hilts where this will be a bit too long. So there's some hilts where if you have the 2-inch long blade plug, it would actually stick out at the top like that because the neck doesn't have enough space for all of it to go. So it might look kind of like that. It's not the end of the world. It'll just mean that part of the blade plug is kind of glowing like that. So you could still make it work, but that might not be the look that you want. So that would be a reason to not get a longer blade plug like that. Here's a comparison. This custom one that I got is quite a bit shorter. I think it's maybe 1.5. Well, it looks even a bit longer than that. I don't know. It's a little bit shorter, you can see. And so that'll work here. And in this case, this blade plug might not reach the second blade retention screw, but that's okay. As long as you can screw one in, it'll be able to keep it in place. Another thing you'll want to look for is there are some blade plugs out there that have an outer lip at the top. So this lip means that it'll kind of stick out on the top, like here, which that's kind of cool. It integrates with the design of the hilt really well in this case. So that's pretty neat. But depending on your hilt design, it won't always work out quite that way. Like this hilt has this taper at the top, and if you use a blade plug that has the lip that makes it a bit wider, like this one. Oh, I have the blade retention screw in a little too far. Let's undo that a little bit. But what you'll see is the lip makes it a little too wide, so it'll get stuck here and it won't be able to go in anymore. Again, that's fine if you're okay with this look, but if that's not really the look you're going for, you'd probably want to pick a different blade plug that does not have a lip to it. So maybe like this one fits in a little bit better. So yeah, those are the things you look for. To recap, the majority of lightsaber hilts are designed for a 1-inch blade or blade plug, but you do need to consider the length of the blade plug because some hilts are designed for shorter blade plugs like this one, and some of them are okay with the longer, around 2-inch ones. And There are some lightsaber hilts out there that are designed for 7/8 inch blade plug, like this one. So you do need to consider that. And finally, the lip. There are some lightsaber blade plugs, like these are all Saberforge blade plugs. Some of them have a lip on them, and depending on the design of your hilt, it works great on this one where it has a uniform edge to it. But this hilt with a taper, it won't quite fit all the way because the lip makes it too wide. So anyway, those are some things to consider with blade plugs and their compatibility among the different lightsaber brands.